Hey everyone, welcome to Nadine's Family Wellbeing Journey on week 7. Tracy and I are going to have a little quick catch up about our journey together so far. How are you, Tracy?
Yeah, good, thank you. Really good. I can't believe we're halfway through already, and I'm excited to hear more about your half term, how you got on, and then chat a little bit about where we're going from here.
Yes, so half term was fun. Zach had his cousin round so that he had some company, some playfulness. Myself and Zach, we played a bit. It was more singing and dancing around and helping me do the washing. So he likes hanging out the washing for me with him. I keep telling him to flap the clothes before he hangs them up, so he makes it into a game. There was a few testing times. I don't know if anyone else has children who goes on consoles, but when you tell him it's time to come off for lunch, he had a bit of went to go into a paddy mode, and then I took the reins of doing a breathing technique, which then Zach turned his own breathing technique, and we hugged it out, which was quite nice. So playfulness, didn't really make a den, so I didn't fulfill my challenge. Zach was just like, I don't want to do a den. It's like, okay, what do you want to do? So it was back to snakes and ladders, but he got to choose the game, and we played snakes and ladders. Oh, and something called trumps with cards.
Top trumps.
Yeah, we've played that. That was one of my first times of playing that. I never really. He won. I didn't actually get what I was doing, but he had fun and I had fun. So the fact is, I spent lots more time with Zach during the week, which was good.
Perfect. And playfulness hasn't got to be about what we think is a good idea. It's led by them, and if he loves the singing and dancing and jumping around, then that's perfect. And if he wanted to do something more structured afterwards, like top trumps or snakes and ladders, that is fine too. I think it's just this idea of not being afraid to be silly with them and get on their level and do what they want to do. So how did you find that? Are you finding yourself more confident with being a bit more silly? And
yes, definitely. We definitely had some silly times and it was fun. And it was nice as well because it just felt like I was being a child again as well. So it was just like no one, like you said, no one was watching me, and Zach got a laugh out of it. And at night time when I was putting him to bed, he always said, oh, thank you for today, I've had such a great day. And he didn't want to go back to school Monday. He wanted to stay at home, obviously, like all children after half term. But no, I found it eventful. I loved it.
Oh, that is brilliant. And that's the main thing, isn't it, about creating memories? Obviously, it's really difficult, especially right now, isn't it, with another lockdown, and there is a lot of stress for everybody. So if we can just find little moments in the day to break the stress and have a bit of fun, then that produces endorphins for us, endorphins for them, those positive chemicals, really helpful for our well-being and our connection with them. So that's a real achievement. Getting that little bit of playfulness each day is brilliant.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't really think about the pandemic. I suppose we were just so busy with playfulness and that the whole world outside just didn't. It was just put to the side because it didn't matter. We didn't really go out much because the weather was rubbish anyway, like it is always. But no, it was a fun time. I mean, I found this whole journey amazing, and what I've learned from this journey is just my technique as a parent has completely changed. I have a few slip ups and I have to remind myself and go back to the ways that you and I have spoken before and done videos, and then go back to my breathing techniques, the empathy, my own self-care and self-compassion as well, and remind myself that I need to be kind to myself and to Zach and how I want him to react to certain things. And it's made me want to help more people out there. So now I've done my part of the journey, like you said, we're halfway through. I feel now it's time to kind of go out and say to parents, right, come on, let's have a coffee or whatever and catch up and let me know, what's going on with you, basically.
Oh, that is brilliant. And what would you say is the main thing that you've learned from this journey that you weren't expecting?
Not flipping my lid and just looking back at things like little things that would normally bother me. And I would go like, when he used to say lots of things like poo poo, bum bum and stuff, that was right at the start. He's not said it since. And I don't know if it's because of the ways that I've been talking to him and the way we've been having fun, and he's not mentioned it. Even when he had his cousin round to play, and that's when he normally says these things because they get together and say, not once. It was just like he feels like, I think himself, he's found that he can rely on me for playfulness as well, and knows that I can have fun too, but he hasn't got to be how he was before either. So we've kind of grown together. Does that make sense?
That is brilliant. That is really, really great feedback. And that's what, you know, that's what the journey is about, isn't it? It's about learning to connect, get a stronger connection with your children, so that actually they don't need to keep doing these negative behaviours to get your attention, because he's got your attention, you're interacting, you're enjoying each other's company, and then he can go off and do his own thing, and you can get what you need to get done, and you've had that bit of bonding. Whereas a lot of the time we're so focused on our to-do list, and we've got to get this done and that done and that done, and you go off and play, that they then start up with these annoying, silly behaviours to get our attention, and then we flip our lids because we're distracted or preoccupied, or we're trying to do 101 other things. So just shifting the focus makes such a big difference, doesn't it?
Yeah, no, definitely. And it feels so much better. And something you said to me as well about, would you treat your best friend how you treat yourself when you come to self-compassion? And then I said about me binging all the time and not going out, and especially with the pandemic and now further lockdown, is I did change my ways, and I did go out more, and I was seeing friends, and I'm making more of an effort to ring people or message somebody, or Zach's now writing letters to friends and things like that, and just simple things like that. This journey's been amazing so far.
That's brilliant. And do you feel better for doing those things, for pushing yourself to get out and connect with people?
Yeah, definitely. My anxiety's dropped for really, really. I mean, now and then, like now the pandemic's come back again, it's gone a little bit, but I'm just going, right, you've done it before, you've done all this before, and I can do it again.
Yeah, that is brilliant, isn't it? It's just gaining that confidence of, actually, I can do this, I've got my strategies, I know what I need to do to look after myself. And when you're less anxious, Zach's less anxious, which then reduces some of his negative behaviour. So it's definitely where we think, oh no, looking after myself is a selfish thing to do, actually it has huge benefits for our children, because when we're better, they're better, definitely, all the time. So important to keep holding on to that. And I promised you this second half of the journey we would go a bit deeper with ACEs, and we would look at your ACEs score. I know that's something you're keen to do.
Yes. No, I am. It's scary, but I'm definitely up for that. And I know a lot of people were intrigued when we first started what their ACE score is, so I'm sure everyone's going to be wanting to know that as well. So that would be the second bit, which I'm looking forward to. Yeah,
so we'll be getting stuck into that next week. For the last few weeks of the journey, we'll be going a bit deeper into understanding ACEs and their impact. So very excited.
Excellent. We've done a quick recap, haven't we, Tracy, as well, on a document that people can just open up and have a look at what we've talked about so far. So if anyone feels like they don't know where we are or want to have a look back, they can look at our recap, and then before we start the second part of our journey, which I'm excited for.
Yeah, definitely. And as we move into this second stage, and hopefully we're going to be able to link up more with those people who've been joining us on the journey, and look forward to maybe being able to start up some coffee mornings or things, which I know will be really helpful to a lot of people.
Yes, we can hold them at the corner, hopefully, unless it's obviously the pandemic goes on more, maybe we can do a Zoom. Or whatever's easier, but we'll come up with the details a bit later on. But yeah, it'd be good to meet up with some parents who want to have a chat and a catch up, really.
Yeah, definitely. And for other people to talk about why they flip their lid and what they do about it and what works for them, because we learn so much from each other, don't we, as parents? So
yeah, it's all about being kind and to each other, and learn. We're all in the same boat. We're all parents. We all have our own stress and rent, mortgages, or so many bills to pay. It'd just be nice to just be able to talk to somebody else and go, oh well, I did this way, or how did you cope with that? It'd just be nice to talk to people, like how we have our discussions each week. It's brilliant. So opening up to other people, I'm really excited to help those, and them help me hopefully as well.
Yeah, definitely. We definitely all benefit from that, don't we? And especially with this next stage of the lockdown, the message today is stay connected with each other. Definitely stay connected, and then hopefully when we come out of it, we can maybe meet face to face, which would be brilliant.
Excellent. Well, I'm looking forward to next week.
Yeah, see you then.
Yes, thanks, Tracy.
Thanks, Nadine. Bye.